All right, guys, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to remove that plush avocado from our scene using Mocha Pro. And as you can see, I just animated back and forth the crop. Hey guys, so I'm going to show you how to remove an object with Mocha Pro. And actually, there's more than a few different ways to do this, and it really depends on what you're trying to remove. So in this particular example, it's something that's static. Let's go ahead and start that new project, clicking on File, New Project. So I went and selected the video file that we're going to bring in. It's called Mocha Remove Avo because it's an avocado. And we are going to select all the frames in this particular clip. It is 60 frames per second. I had my phone set that way and I didn't unset it. So yeah, unfortunately that's, well, it doesn't have to be, or it can be. As long as the frame rate matches up, it's okay. So this is telling me that I've already imported this clip before. I'm going to click on yes. You will not get this dialog box if you have not imported another or the same clip before. When I click on yes, boom, it's here. I'm going to scroll through the timeline right now. And you're going to see that good-looking gentleman right there. That's me. And that avocado is not supposed to be in the shot. Baby Javi, you gots to go. And by the way, it's an inside joke between a couple friends. So when you're removing an object with Mocha Pro, you can do it a few different ways. For example, this avocado, if we drag it's not moving, right? It's sitting right there. Now, granted, the camera does move, but the avocado stays in the same place. So if this avocado moved, then you could have Mocha Pro look at the pixels around it, and then eventually when this passes this area, it would see the pixels here, and you could have it removed that way. However, what we're going to do, because this thing is more or less static, is we are going to remove him by creating a clean plate in Photoshop. So first thing that we need to do is come up here, click on this to create a new X-spline, and we are going to draw an X-spline around Baby Javi, right? So I'm going to click right here. I'm going to right click to end the X-spline, and that's it. That's all we have to do here. In fact, we can move this up a little bit. It doesn't. It has to cover Baby Javi and a little more, right? Because you're giving a larger search radius. This is the background for replacement. So right now we're on the first frame. Come on, I could speak English, I swear. And we are going to track forward by clicking on this button. It's going to take a little while, so I'll go ahead and stop talking, and I'll speed this up in post. All right, it just finished. That took a couple minutes, and this is only about a little bit longer than 11 seconds, huh? But yeah, not too bad. We did not turn on perspective because there was no large perspective change happening in this clip, and so that's good. Let's double click on this layer, and we'll call this background. And then we're going to create another X-spline over the stuffed avocado. I'll go up here, click on this button right here, and we will say ba, 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 ba. And right click. Boom, we just ended that spline. Over here, we will say Avo. Or we could have called it Baby Javi, right? Anyway, so now that we have this here, let's come back down here and go to the Remove module, right? Over here under Clean Plate, we are going to create a clean plate. It's going to say, what do you want to call this? And we will call this Clean Plate, right? So, click on Save. Boom. Let's switch over to Photoshop, and in Photoshop we are going to open that clean plate. All right, so we have the clean plate open. We need to remove this here, and using the lasso tool, all I'll do is create a rough selection around him. I had that little white spot in Mocha Pro Select, or in the selection, so I'm going to have it in this selection. I'll come up to Edit, we'll go to Fill, we'll make sure Content Aware is turned on, and click on OK. Boom! I'll press Command D on my keyboard to deselect those pixels, and beautiful, looks good, right? So I'll go ahead, click on File, Save, and we'll switch back over to Mocha Pro. Now, using that clean plate, which we created and we've just removed, we'll come over here and click on this gear icon to render this frame. You know what happened? I'm going to go ahead. You know what I messed up on is the Avo needs to be linked to the background, right? The track of the avocado. So I'll go ahead and click on the render, and boom, he's gone, right? So that's on the first frame. If we want to render the rest of this, actually it was on the last frame. So if we come over here and we click on render again, It should remove them. And now we need to render this to remove them through the rest of the frames. I'll go ahead and click on render forward because I'm now on frame 0. And I will speed this up in post because it'll probably take 3 minutes or who knows. All right, so that just finally finished. I think that took 3 or 4 minutes. And yeah, so if we scrub through the timeline right here, we are missing baby Javi, huh? The avocado is gone. So now, in order to export this clip, we will go up to File, Export Rendered Clip. And here we're going to export this clip with the remove, right? And we want all of the frames, and we don't need an alpha. And we want to save where we want to save this to. And we want to make sure that this is an image sequence. I'm going to go ahead and select JPEG is fine probably, huh? And yeah, so go ahead and click on OK. And you'll see in the top right it says it's saving the clip. As soon as this is done, I will go ahead and open up the final result. All right, now that that's finished, let's open up After Effects. All right, now that the image sequence is imported, it created a composition. We can scrub through right here, and we can see baby Javi is MIA, right? Let's add a curves adjustment layer over here in the effects presets just to make everything a little bit more contrasty. Bada bing, bada boom. And look at this end result. Looking good, right? So guys, and of course, obviously now we can export this movie. You can do that from Mocha as well, export as a movie, but always importing an image or exporting an image sequence tends to provide better results. And if there's an error, it doesn't crash out the whole clip. It will only crash out from the point that it's screwed up on. And so then you could always save time if you have to re-render just a few of the images, etc. Guys, I hope you liked this tutorial and you found it helpful. If you did, like, share, comment, subscribe. You know the drill, baby. Until next time, I'm out.